Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your top 5 and critique, all mixed into one from the weekend of January 21st and 22nd. And the question is, who will win? So let's go back to last week's before we get into what the new theme is going to be for the weekend and tell you who won. So with the most votes, and that was a total of 161 votes, 38% of the vote, Valverman wins with this awesome shot with awesome bokeh in the background of whatever these frozen thingies are outside. So congratulations, Valverman. You have won the Adorama Picks photo book for this week. Congratulations. So let's dive into the top 5. Well, actually, before we dive into the top 5, the new theme for the weekend, which is care of a Lil quote from her last video, is time waits for no one. Now, that's very interesting. Time waits for no one. You can do quite a bit with this. You could make you could do something. You can put together a skit type of photo, you know, trying to show time, but it's your perception of what is time waits for no one. So what do you think that could be? What kind of photo is that? Would it be cars moving? Would it be wheels moving? Could it be people getting older? Could it be kids getting younger? Kids getting younger, like that movie with Brad Pitt, which I still haven't seen, Benjamin Button. I still haven't seen that one. But, you know, time waits for no one. Let's see what you come up with. Be sure to post it in the forum. You can click the link that will be on the top 5 page from January 21st and 22nd, and you can show us what you've got for your chance to win some Adorama Picks photo books, which are awesome. I use them. Let's get into the top 5 from this week. And we start with a squirrel. That's right. It's a squirrel from Russ Ellis. You know, the theme was F8. There were a ton of awesome shots in there that were F8 that I picked. And there's like 29 coming up in the critique. The critique's coming up after this video this week. And, you know, you guys did a great job with F8. It's a challenge. And that's what these weekend assignments are all about. It's about giving an assignment and you guys trying your darndest to, you know, adhere to that. Forcing yourself to shoot at F8 only makes you think. It makes you change the way that you normally shoot, and that is awesome to step outside of your comfort zone. So great job this week from everybody, and here is the top 5. We got that squirrel from Russ Ellis. You know, I haven't picked a squirrel before, but you know, look at that. The nut is like flying up off of near the squirrel's nose. The tail looks great. This tree stump looks great. The squirrel looks amazing. The background looks amazing as well. And it's that good of a photo that even though it's a squirrel, it just had to be here. So that's the first one from Russ Ellis. The one is there because he's got one in the critique as well. Don't forget to click the like over here, tweet, stumble, tumble, and Google+, and you can also repin something up onto Pinterest, as we're now on Pinterest. The second photo is from Lascanio. There we go, Lascanio. It's a dog. Oh my God, what are they going to do to me? I'm a dog. I'm sitting here at the veterinary hospital. Are they going to put that thermometer in me to take my temperature? I don't know. I'm scared. Anyway, I love this photo a lot. The reflection of the dog sitting there. I mean, the dog is just laying there. You've got the office. You know that it's a veterinary hospital. You've got, well, I think I can see the photographer here, but you've got the cabinet, the medicine cabinet. You've got all of the supplies here. You've got the backlight for the x-rays. This is a very well done photo. It's dark. Now, I don't know if the dark is bad. You know, not everything needs to be uber duper bright. I mean, the dog is here. We don't know why the dog is here. Is the dog sick? Is there something going on? Is it happy? Is it sad? You don't know. But from the image, you feel that it's a little dark, and you get to feel like, you know, most animals don't like going to the vet, so it's just sitting there going, oh my God, what's going to happen here? Type of thing. It's a cool shot. I like it. Nice job right there. So we have another one here from Kilkenny Cat again. I know it happens a lot of weeks that there's a top 5 from her. Now, you need to check out, she did a Hansel and Gretel theme, and you can check that out in the forum. I'll probably highlight her name here so you can click it, and that will take you to her shots in the forum so you can see the theme that she did. Each week, she goes out and she creates with her kids a cool scene. You know, the kids are great models, and they like doing this. And, you know, I don't just pick this because I pick it. this is a cool photo. It's done at f8, and she doesn't always shoot at f8, as we've seen from weeks past, and it's just the eyes of the girl and the scene and the story that goes behind it is great. So be sure to check out the photo story that goes on, or that she created, and I'm sure For Time Waits for No One will be an interesting theme for her to play with for this week. So let's get to the fourth shot. We've got it from Greg Haines. Really nice shot of this little girl. The hands are good. The eyes are great. The light is very nice. I'd like to see it bumped up just a little bit more, a little more kick in the face to brighten it, but that's just me. That's my personal opinion. That doesn't mean that it's the right opinion. This is a very, very solid black and white shot. Love the contrast. You know, if I had it just to make one criticism, and that would be to try not to cut off the fingers over here on the right, just to leave them in there. Another recommendation for the future for everybody out there is, I mean, it doesn't hurt this image very much because the eyes are the focus, but don't have anybody lean, you know, when you tell them to lean on their hand, don't tell them to lean on their hand. Tell them to pretend you're leaning on it, that it looks like it, but you're not smushing your face like this, which I talk about all the time. So yeah, don't do that. Then we've got the fifth shot. This is from Echo Tango. I like it. You know, it's not my personal style for editing, but that doesn't mean, again, that this isn't a great shot that appeals to many people out there. You know, Echo Tango's done this great job week after week, but I think this is a great shot. It's hazy, it's dark. The lack of contrast plays with the fog and the haze that's created here. I actually love, I mean, this is just so happens to be that the piece of the fence is broken down there. That's incredible. This is awesome. I really like the shot. So guys, be sure to vote down here for the one that you would like to win by clicking in any of one of these boxes and clicking vote. Be sure to hit like. Be sure to comment in the Facebook box below for your chance to be the person that's selected randomly to win an Adorama Picks photo book as well. And don't forget, guys, there is a Flickr photo group. If you do click here for FroKnow's Flickr photo group, be sure to sign up for that, and your photos will be displayed here on the page on FroKnowsPhoto as you put them there. One last thing before we get to the critique, we've got the FroKnowsPhoto Photo Walk coming up January 28th. That's tomorrow when we're making this video. That's Saturday. I have a lot of people that have signed up. If you haven't signed up and you think you can make it, feel free to just show up. You can get all the information right here on the website. The banner is there. Click on that. It will give you all of the info that you need, but it's starting at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you there. So now coming up is the critique from this weekend of January 21st and 22nd, and we'll see you right back after this stoppage. Here we go. It's time for the critique from your photos from the F8 section of the weekend forum, which was the 21st and 22nd, my birthday weekend. So here we go. Let's dive into this. This is a cool shot. I love the experimentation that's going on here. I love the fact that they set up a light behind, and there's two lights, one in the front off to the right-hand side and one in the back. I mean, this is actually pretty cool that they've got this, it looks like it's in their backyard. That's pretty interesting. But I love the experimentation that's going on here. It's a nice photo. One thing I'd look at is keeping the angle straight, maybe coming in a little tighter, and possibly using the light in the background, using the body of the subject to block the light in the background so that the light spills out around the subject. That would be pretty interesting. So let's move on from this. Squirrel! Why are there two of those in there? Oh, I know why there's two of those in there. Okay, so here we have F8 shooting this car. Now, it's interesting, you know, when you have F8, the backgrounds don't blow out as much, which doesn't make it as interesting, or it makes it harder to make the interesting, wow, it makes it harder to isolate what you're looking to isolate. In this case, it's probably these, what, 57 Chevys or whatever these fins are. Recommendation for the photo is to go horizontal and get in tighter to the cars and get more of an angle so that you can get more of the cars in there and less of the background. So that's the critique here. I like the color, I like the tones, I like what's going on, I like the idea and the concept. It just, if there's a horizontal one, that could work a little better and I would say come off to the right-hand side a little bit more so that it fills the whole frame horizontally with just the cars and less background. But nice job right there. This is a very nice shot. I love the contrast. I love the tones. I like what's going on here. What hurts me a little bit, and it's not your fault, is this tree. The tree's kind of distracting. Now, there's not much you can do to that unless you go to the top of the stairs and go on the other side of the tree and try to get the building that way. This is a very solid image. I love how thick the black and white is. I like the sky. I like what's going on here, and it's a really, really strong image. Honorable mention right there. Nice job, Blue Pipple, on that one. So we've got two shots here from the same guy. We've got one that's hazy. We got one that's more contrasty. Obviously, I love the one that's more contrasty. I think it works better. There's just smoke from a hookah blowing up. I like the light coming in through the window. You've got the slats going through the smoke, going onto the face. You've got nice Rembrandt lighting, and that's when you get that triangle right here on the face. So that's a nice job there, and I thought it was a cool shot. That's why I threw it in here. You've got the higher contrast one, and then you've got one there's not a lot of contrast, but I personally like the one with the contrast. That's why I showed both of them. Hello, I'm a shaggy rog. I have a big tongue, it's nice and pink, and I go shaggy dog, raggy dog. I'm a raggy dog. I'm in the snow. I don't know what's with dogs and making those voices. I like this shot. I like the dog. It's a very shaggy dog who obviously likes being in the snow. I like being in the snow. Honorable mention. I like it. Nice job. Moving on. This is cool too. I'm not sure that the people are in focus in the background. It may be the size of the image, but I know that it's difficult. You get out into the elements. It's cold. You have to compose. You've got to wait till the image happens. In this case, you've got people walking away into the high snow. That's a lot of snow. And you don't want to make your own footprints in the snow. So it takes some work and some preparation to get yourself ready into a situation to get this shot, especially with the sun right in your face trying to get what you're looking for. So there we go, moving on. This is interesting too. This brings up an interesting point. It's a nice image that's captured, taken with I believe it was a 55 to 200, 2000 ISO. I believe it said the D90, and it was at f8. Now, f8 is a difficult situation to photograph at because you have to, in low light situations, bump up your ISO, which causes grain. You have to drop your shutter speed to basically let more light in when you're shooting at f8, and it makes it tough to freeze the motion and get a solid frozen image. So in this case, they tried very hard to get there at f8. It's a nice shot. There's a little bit of motion going on. That's because of the slow shutter speed, the f8, and having to bump the ISO to 2000 to try to compensate for not letting in as much light. So in the other side, if this was to be shot wide open at 2.8 or 3.5, or if it was with a 51.4 or 1.8 or something like that, you would have been able to separate the subject from the background. This isn't criticism against the photo. This is just giving the option, what the other thing is to do other than, the assignment. In this case, they followed that for f8, but going back in the future and trying to do it again at a wider aperture, we'll drop the ISO, we'll give you a faster shutter speed. If you need, you can keep the ISO where you want, but shooting at 1.4, 1.8, 3, 2.8 and all that stuff would give you a better opportunity of freezing that image. It's still a nice shot. This is from Echo Tango, who went to the zoo, and I'm just fascinated by the zebras because there's two of them here. It's an interesting crop, and it just, the lines are just messing with me. It's like, hello, I'm a zebra. That's my zebra voice, everybody. So there's that. I just like it. It's just, there's something about the way that the hair stands up on the back of this zebra and the way that the shape of the torso and the body. It's a really nice, I wonder if they have a tramp stamp. This was a cool shot for f8, getting the coffee bean to stand up on the cup. In terms of processing, I'd like to see the color done a little differently, possibly warming it up a little bit. It looks a little cyanish with the color of the coffee cup right here. So just a little bit, a little bit more on the photo editing, in terms of processing it, I'd like to see. We've got the Rubik's Cube shot. There's light behind it, but here I would like to see multiple lights. I'd like to see lights coming in from the left side, the right side, the bottom, and also the back, so that you can get the color of the Rubik's Cube coming out and take it to the next level. It's a nice concept. I'd like to take it to the next level with a little bit more lighting coming in from the front, so you can highlight, the Rubik's Cubicsy. I picked this shot. It's a self-portrait. Eastbound and down. Whoo! Kenny Powers. Kenny Powers. Kenny Powers in my car dealership. Whoo! Kenny Powers. and I dropped the expletive out of that. I love that show. It's awesome, and you guys should check it out if you got it. And you know what? This is a cool portrait, by the way, that does play off of how they do the Kenny Powers picture for the show. Love the show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Eastbound and Down on HBO. This isn't an ad for that. Kenny Powers, woo! It's very vulgar, lots of cursing, lots of naked women. It's just a really cool show. Nice shot. Love the color, composition. I know that the photographer stated that they couldn't shoot any wider because of a pole being in the way. I still think this works. The sky looks great. The clouds are moving. The colors inside, behind, in the background. You've got the purples, the blues, the pinks. Beautiful shot. I like this a lot. It's a nice honorable mention. I'll give an honorable mention to the one before as well. Honorable mention right here for the attempt and what went on. I think it's a nice shot as well. This is cool also. I like the fact that, I mean, where is this? You've got all this town over here. You've got this under the bridge. You've got the multiple exposures, I would think, one under here, one outside. You've got the person running over here. This is a very nice shot. I'm giving it an honorable mention as well. I think this is a shot that you have to appreciate on a much larger format. So if this was to be printed out and put on the wall as like a 35 by 40, 30 by 45, it would stand out really well. I like this shot. Nice job. This is a nice job, too, of dropping the blue water into the cup. If we could somehow get rid of this, even if you did this in post and you got rid of the reflection and the sun, the flare from the flash, I think it would be a much solid. I just looked up again, and it's 121. I've tweeted about this yesterday that I constantly look up, and it's 121, either 121 in the morning or 121 in the afternoon. That so happens to be my birthday, 121. It's just always staring me in the face. That's a side note. Nice job here. I like the raindrops keep falling on my head. I like this. Love the color. I like the green in the background, the bokeh. It's blown out. I like the raindrop being focused on just one of them. Really cool. I like it a lot. Nice job. Honorable mention. Squirrel! And then we've got this shot shooting down, I'm assuming at f8, of the stairs. I love these repetitive motions and repetitive shots. Nice job right there. Birthday Girl, this is done at a higher aperture as well. I think it's a nice job done with the flash and the light. Same thing here. I would try to take this out if you can naturally, or in the computer after, just to fix that up a little bit. Then Kodak, we know, is Kodak filed for Chapter 11, and this person said, "Today is realized my children won't know what this is." Oh, today I realized my children won't know what this is. This is Portrait 400, exposure 36 frames. Interesting film. Obviously, Kodak's, they've got a lot of patents. I think they'll be fine in some sense of the word, just like Polaroid's been fine in one sense of the word. So, you know, yeah, film is not going to go away tomorrow, but one day, I mean, it will be an underground thing. People will still be shooting film, I think, for a long time. This is from Pious Cat. We've got a nice attempt here. We've got, she broke the mirror. She's crazy. I would like to see a different color processing. I know that this is her style, but I'd like to see it a little different. You know, I don't like making girls cry and having their makeup run. It's not my fault. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, maybe it's the truth that I sneezed on that, but, you know, it's a cool shot. I'd like to see the processing done a little bit more contrasty and boomified. Nice shot looking down, f8, going down the stairway. Like the color, nice job on that. Cool job here, too. I like that the footprints are leading towards the camera, not away from the camera. In this case, it's like we're leaving school. We're going away from school. Where are we going? It makes you think, what is going on here? Are we running away? So that's interesting as well. Squirrel! I probably just woke up the kids downstairs in the daycare, but I like the squirrel shot. Russ already had one really great shot of a squirrel. Well, this is two great shots of a squirrel. I love the hands. I love the eyes. It's nice. I like the mohawk going on right here with the squirrel. Just nice job. Food. I like the food. I would have shifted over for the critique just a little bit to get the whole chicken parm, linguine, or whatever this actually is in there, but it's still a cool shot. I like it, Jay Walter. I like food now. I like this. I would like to eat this, and I like the salad in the background. All right, my criticism for this, well, make sure that she pulls her shirt down over here so it's not showing the stomach. The angle. I like the low angle, but I don't like the crop. We need to leave a little bit more headroom going on here. pump up the contrast a little bit, and it would take the image to the next level in my mind. Sometimes it works when it's muted, but I think it needs to be pumped up in this one, and that would make this image even better. If you're going to crop it like this, I would totally crop out right below the feet, give it a nice horizontal feel on a longer term, longer feel. But if not, show more of the height, the height, and also be careful with having the cord in the background. And that takes us back to the very beginning. So don't forget, well, great job, everybody. And don't forget that the new theme is Time Waits for Nobody. You can check that out in the forum. And don't forget the FroKnowsPhoto Photo Walk is coming up. Please vote for the top 5. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya!